you go, guys. The tow mirrors are down. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Why does my lens have crap all over it? What is going on here? Welcome back to another video on Pure Panorama. Today, let me just say, I had a little something on my mind with the 24 valve Cummins, and it was really stressing me out and bugging me. So this morning I stopped by Gary's house to grab some tools and get off to the job site that I needed to go to and finish up this bathroom that we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. Well, I got all that stuff done, but I couldn't help but sit in the job and think about the Cummins here because I couldn't open the rear door. I went to get all the tools, brought them out to the truck, went to open the passenger side door, front door opens, go to grab the handle for the back door, nothing. That thing would not budge. Well, we just took care of that and got it fixed after I got back here from work. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the clips of me taking care of it and what I did, and there's some clips of me explaining what I had to do and showing some stuff up close, like the handle on the rear door that you pull to open it and the latch and how the mechanism works a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you that and close the video off here. So hit that like button. If you're stopping in for the first time, new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and follow along with the 24 valve Cummins build that we got going on right here. And in this video you get to watch me, like I just said, fix the rear door. So if you have a 2nd gen Cummins and your rear door doesn't open, well, I'm about to show you how to get it open so that you don't have to freak out like I did all day at work. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Enjoy this footage. Well, guys, I have a little issue. Today we opened the front door here and went to open the rear, and look at that. She's stuck. She doesn't want to open. What? Come on. So right now I am currently working on popping the door panel off from the inside of the truck, which is no big deal. I just have to, obviously this has been off before. If you look at these little clips, they're a little chewed up, and there is aftermarket speakers down in there, so these have definitely been off before. I do not have a panel removal tool here at the house, so we are just taking it slow, going carefully. And any of the clips that have remained in the door itself, we will just pull those out with some pliers, stick them back where they need to go on the actual panel so that we can put it back when we are done. But I think I might be able to get down in there right now to see what's going on, or at least maybe work the latch with my hand to see if I can't get this sucker to pop open and then get the panel off the rest of the way. So that's what we're gonna do. So it looks like somebody's been in here already, and there's a zip tie around this little clip here which holds on to the rod that pulls up to release this lower latch, and I'm trying to figure out what that zip tie is for, I guess, why it's on there, because it doesn't look like it's serving any purpose. I would have to assume that the zip tie, I wouldn't think, was put on there at the factory and sent out from Dodge that way. So I'm gonna guess that somebody had been in here before and tried to fix it. I could be wrong though. Maybe they did come from the factory like this. Have you ever been inside your door or had an issue with your rear door where it wouldn't open? Let me know what you found when you pulled the handle out. But right now I need to see if I can't get this thing to pop so that I can get it open. Who's your daddy? All right, now I can get this panel off the rest of the way. So I don't know if it's the handle that's just not working or what, but apparently the rods are still connected to both latches, because when I just grabbed each rod, I grabbed the upper rod that goes to the top latch, and I grabbed this lower rod that goes to this lower latch right here with pliers, and pulled both of them down and up, and it popped the door right open. So maybe it's just the handle that's defective and not working properly. And it very well could be that it's just not gripping the way that it should. I don't want that panel to fall on my head. But if we get in here and we look at this handle here a little bit closer, see if I can get it to focus. You can see this is what the top rod connects to for the top latch. You see how these little tabs right here on this side are kind of bent out towards this side, and this is where, so the rod is like threaded and it sits in these little, I guess I'd call them hooks for right now, and then these little tabs that are right here are bent outward to put some pressure on it. Well, if you look at this one that has the zip tie on it, and this might be what the zip tie was doing, was holding the rod for the lower latch in place. But if you look here, come on, focus baby, see how these tabs are they're not bent out towards the little hooks that the rod rests in. They're basically pinched off and flat. So I wonder if I fold them back out and then stick this back in and hook it all up, if it'll be functional again. Look at this. She's sticky with grease. Let's see if I hook this thing back up to these right now, if it will work the latch or not. If not, I'll pull it back out and we'll use channel locks and a pair of lineman pliers to open the door for the time being, until I figure out what I'm gonna do and where to get a new latch from. At least now I can get into here though. If I have to, I can peel this plastic back, get my hand down in there to maneuver things and fix whatever I need to fix. Well, there you have it, guys. Apparently the latch, the rod that connects to this lower latch here, so I got this peeled back, so it'd be this rod right here that you see running up, and it presses in up here into those little things that I was showing you, where those little tabs were bent and folded completely flat, whereas the tabs for the upper rod that go to the latch up here were kind of angled out to press that rod into the little hooks that it has to sit into. Apparently I just needed to bend those little tabs for the lower rod out to put some pressure on it, because it apparently wasn't able to, when I pulled on the handle here, it wasn't able to grab that rod and lift it to move the latch and let the door open. But it appears that I don't need a new latch, and we have it fixed for right now. I am actually going to leave the panel off for the time being. As long as it's off, I might as well go ahead and see if I can give it a good cleaning. And then when I put it back on, the interior door handles have never worked. So they've never been hooked up. So that's another thing that tells me that somebody has been in these back doors. So the zip tie and the fact that these handles on these rear door panels don't work from the inside, definitely someone's been in there. But now that this is off, hopefully when I put it back on, I can get that all hooked up properly. And I believe that this has to get hooked up to that upper rod for the upper latch somehow, some way. I don't know. This could actually be missing a part. So I'm gonna have to look into that. But I think everything is there for it, so I should be good. it doesn't look like anything's broken off from it, but when I don't have much time now. The sun is going down and I need to eat dinner and go pick up my boy from his baseball game that I missed, so that I could troubleshoot this little issue, because it bugged me all day at work when I went to open up the rear door of the Cummins and it wouldn't open. So we got it fixed. But we're gonna leave this rear panel out of the truck for right now. I'm just gonna throw it in the garage, and we're gonna be rocking this look. What do you guys think? But it is what it is. It's not going to be much noisier than this. Not like this thing's insulated or anything. So we're going to go with this just in case I have to access those rods again and get into it to, I guess, hook it back up and open the door. But that's that. At least we got it fixed for now. Got to put these screws somewhere safe so that we can attach the door panel again properly. But wow, that was much easier than I thought, because I literally was stressing that I was not going to be able to get that door back open, or that I wouldn't be able to get it open that easily. But that wasn't that bad, I'm not gonna lie. That was quite easy. But this is where your interior handle that's on the panel that I just showed you, this is where that handle screws into, and that screws in there with this big screw right here. So that goes boop in there like so and holds the handle in there. And I just dropped a little screw that is for the little, where you'd pull the little, I don't even know what you call it, but for this little guy right here, which I guess it's not a handle, but you know, the little container compartment thingamabobber in the door. Yeah, that little guy. But that's where the two little screws go for that, and really that's all there is. It's just those 3 screws. 1, 2, 3, and then you got all these little clips. As you can see, a lot of mine are still stuck in the door, so I gotta pull those out, put them back in the panel, and then just pop it back on. Put those 3 screws back where they go, and hopefully I can get this thing hooked up. That unfortunately took up the majority of my time after I got home from work. I did get home a little bit late tonight, and that was stressing me out, like I said, but it did take away time from the HX35 Turbo, which I wanted to try and start diving into. But we are gonna just go ahead and remove the compressor housing right now and get that off, and just have the whole bearing housing assembly free floating on its own, and we'll be able to crack into it here one night this week and start getting this rebuild done. So this is how I do it. Pair of channel locks. Like I said, there are special circlip or snap ring pliers, some big mama pliers for this size circlip or snap ring, but you can get on it with these. Just be careful, because it can slip out of here, and it's got some pressure on it. It can fly up and ding you in the face or something. So what I do is I usually get on it, get a good clamp down, and I get my hand over it and just kind of start to wiggle it free until she pops loose. And then you can walk it right up and out of there. Like so. And then just kind of let it go slowly and look away. There we go. We got it off and we're good. And just like that, your bearing housing comes right out of your compressor housing. And that's it. Now we got the bearing assembly here, and the compressor cover is floating free on its own. We can work on getting this thing cleaned up and ready for paint. We got the exhaust housing over there, and this is it. This is the part that you take everything apart and pull the shaft out of. You get your turbine, stays on the shaft, and then your compressor wheel will come off. This little nut, well, we'll go over all of it. I'm not going to give you guys all the details right now. So I think I'm going to order a couple more parts for this HX35, and we're just going to throw the rebuild kit into it, and possibly just throw it on the truck on the 24 valve Cummins for a little bit, and run it just to see what she does in comparison to the HY35 with the 125 horsepower injector.